What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my podcast or my YouTube channel, whichever you are listening on. I am kind of blowing the dust off the podcast world right now. If you've been with me for a while, you know that I had my variety podcast to match my variety YouTube channel, and I titled it Nigel, a Personal Podcast. I did a bunch of episodes on it. I had a blast doing an audio version of my life. And unfortunately, it was one of the things that I dropped the ball on when my mom passed. So recently, I wanted to just like make some content and also update you guys about my life. And I just didn't feel like fully being on camera. And then I thought to myself, wait, I have my podcast. So hence here we are, me blowing the dust off my podcast because I wanted to come talk to you guys about my feelings about grief during this holiday season. But I didn't feel like in particular getting on camera for it. However, in the future, when you do get a notification for this podcast coming onto my YouTube channel, it might be the video version. It's just for this particular episode, and right now in this moment, I did not want to be on camera, so I figured I would just create an audio version, still give you guys cute content. I can just be audio and not get just look busted and be sad and talk about how I feel, and not have to worry about like the physical features and like how I look and stuff like that, because I do pay attention to that stuff, and I wanted to always like be cute. So like when I don't physically look cute, I always say I'm not going to do a YouTube video, and that's where that comes from, because I always say like unless I look cute, I don't feel cute. If I don't feel cute, I don't look cute, and I don't want to be like seen unless I'm feeling like my best, is pretty much what that means. So I look a little busted right now, and I'm also not feeling the best. So I figured this would be the greatest way to get things off my chest, get you guys connected with me, because I really, really do want to be doing content right now. I want to start with that. I'm so excited for this new year. There's going to be so many surprises and new ventures that I will be getting into. And even beyond that, I really have just been excited about all the content that I've made and all the things that I want to do. I'm starting to get really re inspired as a creator and an artist again, musically, video wise, writing wise, so many different things I want to try and do. I truly believe the sky's the limit is for me. You know, my mom always did instill that within me, and inspired me to always just try my hardest and fight for all of my dreams. And I think that that has been the toughest battle throughout all of this, is that I'm trying so hard to fight for all these dreams, but the person who I know believes in it the most, even more than I do, was her. So it makes it a really powerful, hurtful experience to want to put so much time and energy into work, but then when I think about all the things I want to do and become and create, I feel sad that I can't show her those things and talk about her, about the behind the scenes of the creations of those things, and the aftermath of what those things feel like once I finally release it or do it or say it. She was just so much about my journey and so much about what I wanted to be. She believed in so many of my dreams, and I ran past my plans for her and my future and my goals so many times, and we edited and we tweaked things together. So it's been so difficult to move forward with my channel in the way that I want. I'll always move forward with it. I definitely have posted videos. I definitely, again, like just blowing the dust off the podcast right now, but the videos, you guys know I post as much as I can when I feel it. But I want to get back to what I used to be, obviously. And I think that part of my journey is realizing that it might not be that. I might have to just develop my new version of what I can do. You know what I mean? Which brings me to kind of like this holiday season. I think that this past couple of months, I've been doing great. And January 1st, with my mother having passed on New Year's Day, will be the 1 year anniversary of her passing. And I was doing great. And here we are the day after Thanksgiving. And it was a crash week. It was really like a dumpster fire. I mean, I sobbed as if it was the first day she passed, like just in bed sobbing. And I tried to relax and catch my breath and think to myself, what was the reason for this sobbing and this uncontrollable sadness that I was feeling? I mean, literally curled into a ball crying. And, I had heard all my life that when you lose a parent, the holidays are the worst. And I had seen so many people on my Facebook timeline of people who have lost parents, so many friends, and they would always write about it with such excruciating details. And I would always, feel so bad and then kind of keep it scrolling. And that moment has definitely showed me that, like, you truly do not know what someone's going through until you go through it, because they would write about it with such pain and such anguish. And I mean everyone. And it was always something that I'd always feared. But even with all that forewarning, nothing prepared me for how I was going to feel this holiday season. And it's only the beginning. And that's why I am turning to content, and I'm trying to find that balance of what I love to do and helping people and telling my story and being myself. Like, all of that ties together. It means so much to me because I want you guys to be inspired by this. Again, like, losing someone, going through grief and falling off your path because of that, it's something that we may all possibly definitely go through at some point. Life is not forever, and we all fall in love with people. We all have friends, we all have family, and they are not going to be here forever. And that traction, falling off of that traction and losing that focus and feeling that pain can change so much of your life. And unfortunately, that's so much of what my story is right now, is finding my path and staying on it and becoming the person I was meant to be and doing it in her honor, and fighting the darkness and fighting the grief and fighting the sadness. It's become my dream and my destiny to get through this pain. And I want my words and my strength that I'm building and gathering and holding on to. I want to feel you guys tap into it and let it heal you too, and let it strengthen you too. And even if you don't have that problem right now, if you're not battling grief right now, maybe there's a friend or a family member who is, or maybe you'll remember my words right now. Like, if you're just listening, just to listen and support because what you like my channel or you like my content and you haven't gone through this yet, maybe this won't help you now, but maybe this will help you in the future. So that is why I'm here. That's why I'm using what I do best to help it heal me, because I've always have been someone to be vulnerable and show every part of my life. And this in particular wave of grief and journey without my mom has been so deep and so dark that I've been unable to do what I love to do most, which is share my life and entertain people. But at the end of the day, that is what she would not have wanted the least. You know what I mean? Like, she was such a supporter of my dreams and my goals, like I said, and for her to know that I would be battling this grief in the way that I am and creating less and entertaining less and doing what I love less, it would not sit well with her, which is why I've done what I've done. Um, and I'm proud of that, and I'm learning to, like, be proud of kind of like my new normal, and let that be a lesson for you guys also. And I was telling a friend, a close friend who also lost a parent recently, this the other day, that you really have to fight for your new normal and realize that's what it is. It's no joke when people say everyone battles grief in their own way, and everyone does it in their own different, unique way. It is the truest statement ever. And that is something you need to hold on to and remember when it's your time to battle this grief, because you may want to heal in a way that is different than society usually heals over these situations. For example, like this Thanksgiving, I had multiple offers to be with different friends and enjoy dinners with them, but my heart was so sad and so distant and so empty that I just couldn't ponder having dinner without my mom. And I thought to myself, yeah, like the right thing to do would definitely be like go to a friend's house, go to another family member's house, and enjoy a nice home cooked meal with someone else's family. But the more offers I got for Thanksgiving dinners, the more I kept imagining getting in a car with my mom and going to these places, because everyone who was inviting me to a Thanksgiving dinner were people that she knew also in her life. And I thought, wow, like, how cool would it be if she was here and she could come to my cousins with me, or come to my friends with me, if she could enjoy this dinner with me. And the thought of her not being able to do that with me was so just like blood curdling, like pain, that I chose to do nothing, and in a way skip Thanksgiving this year. And it was painful and it hurt, but I think to do it may have hurt maybe even a little more. I'm not sure, because I didn't do it. I mean, who knows? I could have went to one of those dinners and had the time of my life, but the act of getting ready to it and going to it without her would have just hurt me so bad. And so I chose my new normal this year, which was to not partake in Thanksgiving. And I'm really hoping and praying that by next holiday season, I'm with someone's family or my own family, creating a new tradition, because I do want to move forward in a strong way. And I don't feel like that was the best choice to do this year, but that's what I was able to do. And I need to kind of like not be, not look down on my decision. Like, I shouldn't feel bad that I didn't have the strength to go, and I don't want you to feel bad if you don't have the strength to go do something because you're battling the grief that you went to. Like, everyone's story is different, everyone handles it differently, and it's okay. So, I'm as such a deep and personal story that I'm telling you guys this, but again, I'm saying it all in a way to have it inspire you. Like, choose how you want to battle your grief yourself. Choose how you want to heal yourself. Don't let it be like, oh, because you always see on TV, a girl goes to the gravesite and cries on the gravesite every day for her mom who passed away. No, just because that girl did that in that show or whatever you're watching does not mean that's how you deal with it. If you want to deal with it by meditating, do it that way. If you want to deal with it by writing a story about it, do it that way. If you want to deal with it by turning on your camera and creating a vlog like I did, do it that way. There's so many different ways, and it depending on who you are and what your story is, how bad your grief is, and what you're able to do, it all just comes through that. And then again, with the waves, there's so many different waves of the grief. So that's the part that's the worst. And it really has been difficult, especially with the world of social media. Not only me loving social media, but working in social media has been difficult, because so much of what I do deals with consistency. And when you're dealing with a deep, painful grief, such as I am, the waves can come at such unexpected times, and I can be consistent every single day with all the projects I want to do. But when that pain comes, it's there's no way to put it aside. But I can say that I'm getting better with it. Things are getting easier, and they were getting better until this holiday season, and it has put a little rut in, and I'm excited to be here now, kind of getting it off my chest already, like 13 minutes into speaking about this in full form, and just, I literally feel that weight lifted off my chest. And anyone who's listening, I do appreciate you caring and listening to this podcast, to this video. Um, because I am well on my way into my next chapter, and I will find a way to fight this sadness. And it's only the beginning. Thanksgiving was just yesterday, so we still have quite a bit of holidays coming up, all leading into the one that will hurt the most, which is her first anniversary, 1 year of her passing. Um, so, yes, I am broken, but I am not gone. Go ahead and dust off your Spotify Nigel Knows Best playlist and episodes on Spotify. There will be new episodes coming out. There will be new YouTube videos coming out. Things will be happening. So, keep it exciting, keep it cute. And I hope that you guys all enjoyed your holiday season, your families. I hope that if you're not battling grief the way that I am and these challenges, I hope that it's just maybe taught you to hug your families a little tighter and really cherish those moments. I never want anyone to go through the pain that I'm experiencing that's crippling me from doing the things that I love to do. It's a battle every single day, and if you can just love while you can eliminate so much of this pain. So get out there, enjoy your families this holiday season. I thank you all for your support on this channel and on my podcast. If you want to support further, the Patreon link is in the description box of this video, and as well as in the About Me on the Spotify episode. So thank you so much to everyone for listening and tuning in, and I will see you all in the next episode. Also, if there's a topic or something that you guys want to hear me talk about, please don't be afraid to either DM me on Instagram at Nigel Battle Official, or drop a comment on one of the videos on YouTube, because I would love to hear what you guys would like to hear me talk about on this podcast. Thank you so much for listening, guys, and supporting my art. I love you all.